Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. How fortunate we are to have Krishna's holy name. By the mercy of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who just sat under a tree in New York City, playing on some hand cymbals and playing on a bongo drum, and whatever instruments that people were playing around all came in and joined in this transcendental kirtan under a tree. And from there, it was the birth of the Sankirtan movement throughout the entire planet. How fortunate it is to be part of that kirtan. How fortunate it is to be the tree. Was the tree a desired tree? Was the tree, or was the person chanting that made the tree a desired tree? This is the transcendental chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just chant Hare Krishna and be happy. That's what Srila Prabhupada said. He had so much of faith in this chanting process. This process that was set forth by Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu himself over 500 years ago. This chanting that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and as the Supreme Personality of Godhead didn't come with any weapon, didn't come with any army, but rather came with his close associates. He came with his all-attractive personality. He came to inundate the entire world through this process of the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. He came to intoxicate everyone with this chanting process. And from this chanting process that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally came to give out through the entire world, just transformed the entire planet. It said that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he comes with his name, his form, his qualities and pastimes. And this is described to be Dham. This is what the Dham is. He came to give this Dham to everyone. And not only did he give this holy names to qualified persons, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave it to every living entity. He gave it to the tigers, he gave it to the animals in the Charikanda forest, he gave it to the low born, he gave it to those that weren't born in any caste or who weren't part of any class. This Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is for everyone. In previous ages, one had to have some sort of qualification to perform meditation. One needed to have some sort of qualification to perform deity worship. You needed a qualification to perform a fire sacrifice or fire yajna. But this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, in the age of Kali, it was for everyone. It was for everyone, and this is the purpose of the Lord coming down, to give this holy name to everyone. And he says, it's described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood is that yes, he can come down as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He can give out this holy name, but it won't be the same because people will not even take God serious in this age. But what did Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? He came and he acted as a devotee just to set the example. And just to show that this process of this chanting really works, it transforms one. And this is what the Lord did. He transformed himself through this process of the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And through that, he and his close associates, the Panchatattva, they drank this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra every single night. So before giving out the holy name, they intoxicated themselves with these nocturnal kirtans every single night, drinking and drinking Krishna's holy names. And when they were fully convinced, then yes, they broke out the storehouse of love of God, and they intoxicated and drowned the entire world. This is how powerful this process is. This process that other acharyas and other saintly personalities great teachers from the line of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu has set out on the same mission to give out these holy names in different times, different places, different circumstances. This holy name is the key to our success. It comes back to the point where Srila Prabhupada said, just chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and be happy. And be happy. This is what it transforms us. It transforms us. This holy name really transforms us. We can see that we all came in touch with the holy name by a devotee giving it to us, or hearing the kirtan in the background, or hearing the kirtan on the street, or reading about the kirtan. This holy name came to us for free. And we may have doubted, does it really work? Does this Maha Mantra, this mantra that controls the mind, this mantra that gives you sublime, real happiness, does it really work? We may have tried it. We may have been hesitant at first, but with a little bit of faith that we have tried this mantra, and we see how it's transformed our own lives. We could have been any persons now. We could have been enjoying ourselves on a Sunday afternoon, eating all sorts of abominable things on a Sunday afternoon for lunch. But this Maha Mantra has changed us. But you can say to yourself, where do you see the change? I am the same person. I haven't changed at all. This is how this mantra works. It changes you and you don't even know it. It wipes out Cheto Darapanam Marginum, this mirror within our heart that has accumulated so much of dust or so much of sinful activities throughout all of these lifetimes is slowly being wiped away, and the real self is being illuminated now. That self which is a servitor of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is being shown right now. That self which is trying to not only uplift ourselves and being selfish anymore. That self which is trying to become more compassionate to all living beings, even the birds and the trees and the animals. This is the self that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mantra, this Hare Krishna mantra, is giving to all of us. So it is gradually changing us every single day. We chant this mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and we are becoming transformed. All Srila Prabhupada said is, don't concentrate on anything but the holy names when chanting. No need to meditate on any form or anything like that. That will all come naturally. But chant with attention. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And as we chant it with attention, Krishna's form manifested, gradually manifested right in front of us. This is the power of the holy name. If somebody sold you something for free, we may think that it doesn't really work. If somebody sold you a piece of gold or something really expensive on the internet, or gave you a secret on the internet that yes, if you pay so much of dollars right now or so much of rands right now, yes, you will truly benefit with this. But this mantra was different. This mantra is free. This mantra, all we needed to buy this mantra is buy it with our own faith. And by buying it with our own faith, we get this mercy, not only of this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is not different from Krishna. We're getting this mercy of this disciplic succession. We're getting this mercy of all these personalities from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the 6 Goswamis of Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Pathak Goswami, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, your spiritual master, and all these Vaishnavas that is chanting these holy names and we are getting that same form. And this is why this holy name is so potent. This is why it is so potent. When we hear these acharyas chanting, it's like they dipping these holy names in some liquid nectar, and then they are relishing it. Srila Rupa Goswami said, why can't I have hundreds of mouths to chant these holy names? Why can't I have hundreds of ears to hear these holy names? This is the potency of the holy names. This potency or this mantra that is just telling us, oh my dear Lord Krishna, oh energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, kindly engage me in your devotional service. Every single day we are training our minds. Engage me in your devotional service. Engage me in your devotional service. And the mood we meant to be doing this is like a baby calling out for one's mother, crying out for one's mother, crying to Krishna, please, please, oh my dear Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please engage me in your devotional service. Training our minds every single day. We chanting for 16 rounds a day for a minimum of 2 hours a day. Our previous acharyas were chanting 64 rounds a day, and before that they were chanting 300,000 names of the Lord every single day without getting tired, without getting any mental fatigue, but just being ever refreshed. Because as we chant Krishna's name, Krishna is coming in closer and closer towards us. Krishna's form is manifesting right in front of us. That beautiful personality who is like a new monsoon cloud, which is not grayish or blackish. It's just beautiful, like a new monsoon cloud, who has a beautiful lotus eyes, who has a nose like a sesame flower, whose lips are reddish like a ripened bimba fruit, whose rows of teeth are like rows of pearls, and hair is cascading down to his shoulders, tied in a top knot, decorated with all sorts of different types of flowers like malika and parijata, all these fragrant types of flowers. This is that Supreme Personality of Godhead who wears that yellow dhoti, which is like lightning that manifests right beside us just by chanting His name. We can chant Coca-Cola, 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 and Coca-Cola doesn't manifest in front of us. Or we can chant there's a poem, a rose is 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 a rose, and a rose does not manifest in front of us, nor do we even get the fragrance of the rose. But by chanting Krishna's name, everything is transformed. Krishna is right here beside us. The beautiful lotus feet, which is covered by tulasi leaves, which is swarming by so many types of bumblebees all around it, comes here right beside us. Oh Krishna, why don't you rest within my heart? Why don't you allow me to serve you? This is the potency of Krishna's name. And by perfecting this Krishna's holy names, by chanting it purely, even once in this lifetime, we can go back home to Godhead. We can go back home to Godhead in this lifetime. Just like somebody who's studying for one's exam, or an athlete who's training for a big race or big event. He's training every single day as Vaishnavas, as Bhaktas of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are training our minds every single day, because when the time of death comes, we can simply chant Krishna's holy names, remember Krishna, and go back to Him. Go back home to that abode, that spiritual world. So let us take this time of the World Holy Name Week to take this opportunity to refocus on our japa, to refocus on listening and glorifying Krishna in kirtan, by hearing His kirtan, by singing His kirtan, glorifying Him, and reminding ourselves that these offenses of the holy names will always put us back in this material world. By chanting it, we can come out of this world, or this material world, and achieve love of God in this lifetime. It is possible. His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj, who's really the ambassador and the visionary behind this world holy name week, who chants with so much of affection, with so much of love. He once said that chanting japa is perfect, but chanting in the singing in the temple room and dancing in the temple room is more perfect. But the most perfect process is the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in the streets. When we're chanting it in the streets, like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and them did, it's the most perfect process. So yes, let's chant loudly so that the entire world can be inundated with Krishna's holy names. And when the entire world is inundated, it all becomes the spiritual world. It's no longer the material world. And don't think your chanting is not potent. By you chanting every day in your homes, at your temples, wherever you may be, the trees outside are benefiting, the other household entities are all benefiting, even the cockroaches are benefiting. Everyone is benefiting from Krishna's holy name. So let us take it seriously. And remember that the more we give out this mercy of this chanting of the holy names, the more mercy we receive amongst ourselves. The more mercy we receive. This mercy that we are so in dire, desperate need of comes 100 times forward because we are making an effort to give out Krishna's name. Tell somebody about Krishna's holy name. Give out this holy name to whoever you may be, in the form of Krishna's holy name, in the form of Srila Prabhupada's books, in the form of Krishna Prasad. Give out this mercy, and then you will get more mercy. And this is what we want to get, more mercy, so that Krishna can notice us. Krishna can notice us and be merciful. Yes, my devotee is trying so much. Let me bring him back home to God. But then you get to a stage of your chanting, where when one's chanting, the spiritual world and material world all becomes the same, because wherever you go is the spiritual world. Wherever you go is the Dham. How wonderful. This is the wonderful process that Srila Prabhupada has started just by sitting under a tree in a park in New York City. And from there, this chanting is spread to every, or almost every, town and village across this planet. And this is how it's reached us. But we cannot be satisfied, as I mentioned earlier. We have to give it out to others. So let us call out loudly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and go back home to Godhead this lifetime. Shri Harinam Prabhu Ki, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki, Shri Panchatattva Bhagavan Ki, Shri Gora Nitai Ki, Shri Radha Radhanath Ki, Shri Guru Parambara Ki, Srila Prabhupada Singh